In the midst of heavy artillery fire, thousands of refugees are fleeing, while others seek shelter inside the war zone.
Bombing. Buildings and houses are destroyed. We are so afraid of it. How can one stand it? How long will it last?
The disputed area of Nagorno-Karabakh sits here between Armenia and Azerbaijan. When the Soviet Union fell in 1991, this self-governed region of Azerbaijan voted to join Armenia. Shortly after, growing tension between Armenian Christians and mostly Muslim Azeris led to war. An estimated 30,000 died in that war. When the fighting stopped, Armenian forces controlled Nagorno-Karabakh, while the international community recognized it as part of Azerbaijan. The conflict remains unresolved to this day. As for this current conflict, both nations blame the other, while the UN is calling for it to end. Many Armenians view this fight through the lens of the 1915 genocide, when Turkey slaughtered 1.5 million Armenians.
It is absolutely not inflammatory language when I say that this is Turkey's policy to continue the Armenian genocide. Let us look at what Turkey is implementing in the Mediterranean, in Libya, in Syria, in Iraq. To me, there is no doubt that this is a policy of continuing the Armenian genocide and a policy of reinstating the Turkish Empire.
Family Research Council senior fellow LELA GILBERT told CBN's Gary Lane it's more than a territorial dispute.
It is definitely a religious conflict, and one of the things that's very hard to find in the regular media is that that's the reason. It's usually referred to as ethnic or territorial, but it is clearly religious, and at this point Turkey has jumped in with mercenaries, actually jihadis, and this is making it all the more volatile. His agenda is a neo-Ottoman empire as far as anyone can tell, with him as the caliph.
And that's why Turkey's President RECEP Erdogan takes this stance.
The brotherly Azerbaijani state has started a major offensive to defend its own lands and to liberate Nagorno-Karabakh, which is under occupation. The Azerbaijani army, which is advancing successfully on the front, has liberated many places. With all our capability and all our heart, we will continue to be by Azerbaijan's side.
French President Emmanuel Macron accuses Turkey of sending Syrian jihadists to the fight. An international human rights advocate, Baroness Cox, reports that Turkey is now controlling air operations for Azerbaijan. CBN News has learned several European parliaments are discussing telling Erdogan they will not come to the aid of Turkey as a NATO member if requested, and are urging the U.S. to do the same. The UN, Russia, and the U.S. have called for a ceasefire, but Azerbaijan says it will be conditional on Armenia's withdrawal from Nagorno-Karabakh. Armenia, a declared Christian nation since the year 301, and its people see this as a struggle for survival, with nowhere to turn but to God.
And it goes back to the 3rd century, to the time of Saint Gregory, when he brought Christianity.
SERGEY RAKHUBA of Mission EURASIA is calling on intercessors to contend for the spiritual destiny of Armenia.
I'm speaking on behalf of the Christian nation of Armenia now and challenging the entire Christian family around the globe to pray, to support, to remember them when they are trying to defend their sovereign territories in their nation now.
In the meantime, the fighting rages on. Chris Mitchell, CBN News, Jerusalem.